My partner claimed to his buddies I'm clingy because I asked him. 3 months back, Ethan began dismissing my concerns as mere teasing whenever I raised an issue. This behavior kicked off in September when I requested he stop flirting with women at social gatherings. He chuckled and told his friends I was overly attached to him. Noah, Liam, and Mason thought this was hilarious. They started tossing around remarks about possessive partners whenever I was nearby. Ethan began pushing my limits. He'd dance with other women at clubs, flashing me a sly grin from across the room. He even handed out his phone number to random women right in front of me. When I confronted him later, he accused me of overreacting to basic social behavior. "It's just dancing," he'd say, rolling his eyes like I was out of my mind. His friends always backed him up without question. At Mason's birthday bash last weekend, Ethan's ex, Chloe, showed up in a tight black dress. She'd been texting Ethan for weeks, but he insisted they were just being friendly. I saw her graze his arm while chatting, her fingers lingering on his forearm. Ethan kept glancing my way with a smug smirk. His pals Noah and Liam stationed themselves nearby, phones out, filming the scene. The party was packed with students from our university and nearby colleges. Ethan had been drinking heavily since we arrived at 8 p.m. He kept buying Chloe drinks, completely ignoring me for hours. Whenever I tried to join their conversation, he'd turn away or switch topics entirely. Around 11 p.m., Ethan grabbed Chloe by the waist and pulled her close. He kissed her deeply, hands gripping her sides. The kiss lasted at least half a minute. Noah and Liam started chanting, "She had it coming, she had it coming," while aiming their cameras at me. Others at the party turned to watch the drama unfold. Some snickered, others looked uneasy but stayed silent. Ethan broke away from Chloe and looked right at me. "Just a prank, babe," he shouted, grinning. Chloe laughed and murmured something in his ear. He nodded and squeezed her waist again. I pushed through the crowd toward the exit. People parted, staring as I passed. My phone started buzzing before I reached my car. Messages from Ethan flooded my screen faster than I could read them. By the time I got home, there were 15 texts. "You're ruining my night. Come back and say sorry to Chloe. Stop blowing this out of proportion. Everyone thinks you're acting unhinged. You humiliated me in front of my friends. Learn to take a prank for once." I drove home and shut off my phone. When I checked it Sunday morning, Ethan had posted 6 Instagram stories between midnight and 3 a.m. Clips of him dancing provocatively with random women at the party. Close-ups of women grinding against him. Each caption was some variation of, "This is what happens when you try to cage me. Freedom tastes amazing right now." The final story showed Ethan taking shots with 3 different women, captioned, "Single life feels incredible." He tagged Noah, Liam, and Mason in every post. Ethan showed up at my apartment at 3 a.m. Sunday, banging on the door for 5 minutes straight, shouting my name loud enough to disturb neighbors. When I finally opened it, he reeked of booze, smoke, and a mix of perfumes. His shirt was creased and stained with something dark. His hair was a mess. "You're an obsessive girlfriend," he slurred, swaying in the doorway. "Every guy steps out on his girl eventually. At least I did it openly instead of sneaking around like a coward." I told him to leave. He laughed, leaning against the frame. "You'll forgive me by Tuesday, like always," he said. "Remember when I hooked up with your cousin's friend at Christmas? You got over that fast." Then he stumbled to his car and drove off. Monday afternoon, Noah sent me a private Instagram message. "You're too high-strung about everything. Ethan was teaching you a lesson about trust and boundaries. Be grateful he cares enough to help you grow." I read it twice, then closed the app. 20 minutes later, Harper, Mason's girlfriend, messaged me. She'd seen their group chat on his phone and sent me 23 screenshots of their conversation since Sunday night. Ethan was boasting about putting me in my place. "She'll come running back like always," he wrote. "They always do when you show them who's in charge," Liam responded with laughing emojis. Mason added, "Brutal move, man." Noah chimed in, "She needed that wake-up call." Ethan sent a shirtless selfie from bed, hair disheveled. "Single life's treating me great," he captioned it. More laughing emojis followed from his friends. Ethan thinks he knows me inside out. He thinks I'm still the naive girl who apologized after our first argument 2 years ago. The one who blamed herself when he mocked my appearance in front of his family last Christmas. Right now, he's probably out celebrating with his buddies, thinking he's won some grand victory. He has no clue what's coming. First update, remember Ethan saying I'd come crawling back by Tuesday? Well, Tuesday came and I did nothing. No texts, no calls, no checking his social media. It must have broken him because by Wednesday morning I had 17 missed calls and 43 texts. The messages started typical for Ethan. "Hey babe, you're acting so immature." Then they got desperate. "I know you're seeing these. Why are you ghosting me when I'm trying to fix this?" By Thursday, he was spiraling. "I can't believe you're throwing away 2 years over one dumb prank. Chloe meant nothing, you know that. I was drunk and my friends were pushing me. You know how they are." What kills me is he kept calling it a prank. Like kissing his ex while his friends filmed and chanted was just a funny gag I should laugh off. His audacity is unreal. Friday afternoon, he showed up at my workplace. My coworker, Sophia, found me in the break room, saying some guy was in the lobby looking agitated. I peeked and saw Ethan pacing, running his hands through his hair like he does when stressed. I walked out and his face lit up like he thought I was ready to forgive him. He started talking fast. "Thank God. I've been trying to reach you for days. We need to talk and figure out how to move forward together." I told him we could talk right there in the lobby since he'd already made our relationship a public spectacle. His expression shifted quick. "Don't act like this," he said. "You're being unfair. I came to apologize and sort this out like adults." So I asked what he was apologizing for. And this man said he was sorry I misunderstood his prank and got hurt. Not sorry for kissing his ex. Not sorry for humiliating me. Sorry I'm too sensitive for his humor. I told him his apology was noted and he could leave. He got louder, saying I was blowing this out of proportion and every couple goes through stuff like this. "It's called growing together and building trust," he said. Sophia and half the office were watching by now. Ethan noticed and lowered his voice, stepping closer. "I'm not leaving until we sort this out properly." That's when it hit me. He genuinely believed I'd cave like I always had. The old me would have been mortified about making a scene at work and agreed to talk privately to get him to leave. But those group chat screenshots, him bragging about putting me in my place, changed everything. I told Ethan we were done, not on a break, not working through it. Done. His face cycled through confusion, disbelief, anger, then a forced laugh like I was joking. "You don't mean that," he said. "You're just upset, which I get. But 2 years, you can't throw that away over something this small." I explained that kissing his ex while his friends filmed wasn't small, it was deliberate cruelty. That his group chat proved how he really felt about me. That showing up drunk at my place at 3 a.m. wasn't romantic, it was disrespectful and scary. Ethan got defensive. "Those guys were just being guys. Group chats are like that. We say dumb stuff to sound cool. It's not real." He claimed the kiss with Chloe was just drunken showing off, nothing serious. But what sealed it was when I said his 3 a.m. visit scared me, and he rolled his eyes. "Come on, you know I'd never hurt you. Stop being so dramatic." Dismissing my fear told me everything. This man doesn't respect my boundaries, my feelings, or my safety, and he never will. To him, I'm just overly emotional. I walked away from him in that lobby, back to work like he wasn't there. Through the window, I saw him linger for 10 minutes, probably expecting me to come back. That evening, my sister Harper left 3 voicemails. Ethan had called her, asking if she could talk sense into me, claiming I was having a breakdown and needed family to make me see reason. Harper was livid. She was at Mason's party and saw everything, Ethan kissing Chloe, his friends chanting and filming, my humiliated exit. When Ethan tried to spin it as innocent flirting, she shut him down. She told him what she saw wasn't flirting, it was public shaming for laughs. That any man who'd do that to someone he loved had issues. She warned him if he tried manipulating family again, she'd have words for him. Ethan didn't take it well, arguing she didn't know the full context and accusing her of enabling my dramatic behavior. This morning, I got a text from Ethan's mom. "Hey, honey, Ethan says you two are having issues. Can we grab coffee this weekend to talk about fixing things? You know how much he loves you." That's when I realized Ethan's plan. Rally my family, his family, maybe even mutual friends to pressure me into forgiving him. He thinks I'll crack. He doesn't know I'm not the same person who apologized after his last prank. I've got something planned since Sunday and it's almost ready. He wants to play games? Fine, but he won't like my rules. Tuesday's going to be wild. Second update. I'm shaking with anger but also kind of amazed at how this unfolded. Ethan's mom wanting coffee was just the start of his manipulation scheme involving our families. Saturday morning, I'm at the store buying groceries when my mom calls, worried. She'd just spoken to Ethan's mom, who said Ethan told them I'm having a mental health crisis and refusing to talk about our issues. I told my mom everything, the kiss with Chloe, the filming, the group chat. She was furious. She called Ethan's mom back and I heard it on speaker. Ethan's mom expressed concern about my emotional state and how Ethan was heartbroken I wouldn't work through our problems. My mom cut her off, laying out what really happened. The public humiliation, the deliberate kiss, the friends chanting and filming. Ethan's mom went silent, then said that's not what Ethan told her. In his version, I flipped out over him being polite to his ex, caused a scene, and stormed out after a friendly hug. His friends laughed at my overreaction, not at any humiliation. The Instagram posts were him venting after I ignored his calls. My mom was stunned, asking if she really believed Ethan would lie about something so serious. After a pause, Ethan's mom said she trusted her son and maybe there were two sides. My mom snapped, saying if Ethan thinks humiliating his girlfriend is okay, maybe his mom failed as a parent. That defending a son who kisses other women in front of his girlfriend shows how he was raised. Ethan's mom hung up. Sunday got worse. My dad called, saying Ethan showed up at our house for a man-to-man talk. He appeared in the garage uninvited, acting respectful, claiming I'd been struggling with jealousy for months. That he'd been patient, but I'd become controlling about his female friends. The party was me snapping over normal socializing. He told my dad he loved me and was willing to do counseling to help my insecurities. He asked my dad to convince me to give him another chance, saying I'd listen to him. My dad said he'd think about it. After Ethan left, my dad called me, confused by Ethan's sincerity. I drove over, sat with my parents, and told the full story. Months of boundary pushing, the flirting, the kiss with Chloe, the group chat bragging about putting me in my place. My mom showed my dad the screenshots. He read Ethan calling me obsessive and predicting I'd crawl back, and he was livid. He called Ethan on speaker, asking about the group chat. Ethan stammered, claiming it was just guy talk to sound tough, not serious. He said the kiss was a quick, friendly peck that looked worse on camera. My dad asked why Ethan lied to him at the house, painting me as jealous instead of admitting the kiss. Ethan said he was protecting my reputation by not telling my parents I overreacted. My dad called it manipulative nonsense, saying lying to parents to pressure their daughter isn't protection. It's cowardice. He told Ethan never to contact our family again and hung up. Then I woke up to 31 texts from Ethan, starting at 2 a.m. and ending at 6 a.m. pure desperation. Your parents hate me now because of your lies. I didn't lie to your dad, I was sparing your feelings. You're ruining everything we had over one stupid mistake. I can't function without you. Around 4 a.m. they turned darker. You've made me look like a villain to our families. I trusted you and you're using it against me. 2 years wasted because you can't forgive one slip-up. The final text at 6 a.m. I'm not giving up on us no matter what. Wednesday evening, Ethan showed up at my parents' house again. My dad saw him through the window and called me. I drove over to find Ethan on their porch, refusing to leave until someone talked to him. I asked what he thought he was doing. He said he'd been there 2 hours, waiting to explain his side. He rambled about how everyone's against him based on half-truths, that the group chat was taken out of context, and the kiss with Chloe was drunken stupidity, not cruelty. He said he's loved me for 2 years and would never hurt me on purpose. I told him his actions, intentional or not, hurt me, and he has to face the consequences. Ethan got agitated, saying I was unforgiving about one drunken mistake and should focus on the good in our relationship, trips, holidays, future plans. That 2 years of love should outweigh 15 minutes of bad judgment. But he still wouldn't own it. It's always bad judgment or one bad night. Never I kissed my ex to hurt you, or I let my friends film your pain for fun. My dad came out and told Ethan to leave. Ethan argued he had a right to save his relationship, and my dad was meddling. My dad said Ethan made it his business by lying to manipulate me. Ethan left but said to me, "This isn't over. I know you love me, and you'll see you're throwing away the best thing in your life." He genuinely thinks he's the victim, that I'm overreacting to a minor incident. But I've been planning something since this started, and after his family manipulation, I'm ready to show him who he's dealing with. Last update, I can't believe what just happened. The trap I mentioned, it went down yesterday and Ethan's world just collapsed spectacularly. I'm buzzing with adrenaline and feeling unstoppable. Here's what I planned. Ethan loves bragging about his wins, always has. He filmed the Chloe kiss because he thrives on proof of his control over women. I knew he'd kept those videos. Thursday, I texted Ethan, asking to meet, not to reconcile, but to talk honestly about where we went wrong for closure. He replied instantly, suggesting a coffee shop near campus where we had our first date. I said it was too public and emotional, proposing his apartment Saturday afternoon for privacy. He agreed, likely thinking I was caving. I arrived at 2 p.m. Ethan had clearly prepped, showered, nice shirt, tidy apartment. He offered coffee, acting concerned about how I was coping, as if he hadn't sent unhinged 4 a.m. texts. I said I'd been reflecting and wanted his perspective on what happened, admitting I might have overreacted and wanted to hear him out without arguing. Ethan lit up, explaining he never meant to hurt me, that the party got out of hand due to alcohol and peer pressure. The kiss with Chloe was him showing off, not betrayal. I asked what his friends said to pressure him, how the kiss started if I missed any context. He got animated, thinking he was winning me over, saying Noah and Liam teased him about being whipped. Then he dropped something new. The whole thing was planned. Noah texted Chloe that week, inviting her to the party to mess with our relationship for laughs. I acted shocked, asking why he went along with humiliating me. He said he didn't know Noah's plan until that night and was too drunk to think straight. When Chloe flirted, his friends filmed and egged him on, and he felt stuck between disappointing them or me, making a split-second choice he regretted. I nodded, saying I appreciated his honesty and might have judged too quickly. Ethan relaxed, thinking he'd won. Then I asked if he had videos from the party to help me explain it accurately to my friends. He hesitated but admitted his friends sent him clips which he hadn't watched because they were painful. I suggested watching them together to understand his experience. He agreed, pulling out his phone. There were 15 videos. They were worse than I remembered. Early clips showed Ethan dancing with women while I looked uneasy nearby, with Noah and Liam commenting about testing her limits. Videos with Chloe showed him groping her while she grinded on him, whispering in her ear while staring at me. You could hear his friends laughing, saying, "She looks pissed, this is gold." The kiss video was brutal, Ethan grabbing Chloe passionately with Noah and Liam chanting, "She had it coming," while filming me devastated in the background. A video after I left showed Ethan and Chloe making out intensely, him pressing her against a wall, hands under her dress. Liam filmed, saying, "Post this, she needs to see what she's missing." Ethan kept minimizing it. "It looks worse on camera. I was so drunk I barely remember. The guys were just being idiots." I told him the videos showed calculated cruelty, not excusable by alcohol or peer pressure. He backtracked, saying I was misinterpreting, that he was drunk and confused. Then I showed him my phone. I'd recorded our entire conversation. Every word of his confession about the planned humiliation, every excuse while the videos played. Ethan went pale, stammering that I tricked him and recorded without consent. I reminded him we're in a one-party consent state, and I could legally record conversations I'm part of. I said his confession and videos proved he lied to our families about a deliberate plan to humiliate me. He panicked, asking what I'd do with the recording. I told him he'd find out. I sent a pre-written group text to both our parents, explaining the party was a planned humiliation, with video evidence and Ethan's recorded confession. I attached the kiss video, the post-departure groping video, and excerpts of him admitting to Noah's plan. Ethan freaked out, grabbing for my phone, begging me to delete it, saying his parents would disown him. I told him he should have thought of that before humiliating me for fun. My phone buzzed with replies. My mom, "I'm so sorry, sweetheart, we're coming over." My dad, "That jerk is done to us." Ethan's parents' responses were perfect. His mom, "Ethan, come home now, we need to talk." His dad, "I'm ashamed of what I saw. You're not the son we raised." Ethan melted down, begging me to tell our parents the videos were fake, offering anything to fix it. I said he made his choice, and now he faces the consequences. He got angry, saying I was ruining his life over one mistake and I'd regret it. That he'd tell everyone I'm a psycho who records private talks to weaponize them. I laughed, saying the videos speak for themselves. As I left, he followed, begging and threatening. I told him this was our last conversation, and if he contacted me or my family again, I'd file harassment charges. Driving home felt incredible. I felt powerful, in control, like I'd reclaimed justice for every time Ethan humiliated me. My parents were waiting, hugging me, apologizing for not fully grasping the situation. My dad said he was proud I stood up and exposed Ethan's lies. My mom said she called Ethan's mom, who was mortified and planning a serious talk with him about respecting women. Later, Harper sent screenshots from the group chat. Word of the videos spread, and everyone at the party knows who Ethan really is. Ethan's been silent on social media. No posts, no stories, no replies. The best part? I didn't do anything illegal or unethical. I used Ethan's own actions and words against him. He destroyed himself by being the manipulative jerk he's always been. To those saying I should forgive him, no way. Some people don't deserve forgiveness. They deserve consequences. Ethan's one of them. I'm done being the girlfriend who gives second chances to men who disrespect me. I'm done letting people walk over me because it's easier than fighting back. Ethan thought he could humiliate me and manipulate our families into making me forgive him. He thought I was weak enough to crawl back. He wanted to put me in my place. Well, my place is clearly miles above his manipulative self.